9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Moon, such a familiar object in the night sky, has always captivated the imagination of us humans from the ancient times. For the ancient man, the moon was an instrument to measure time and to navigate the oceans. And for the modern man, the moon is the key to many questions. The study of the moon is key to answer questions regarding the solar system and its formation. The moon is believed to be the storehouse of many precious minerals and water. And so India, in its journey to become a space superpower, has embarked on an ambitious mission to study the moon, which started with Chandrayaan 1 and has culminated in the recent Chandrayaan 3. So in this video, we shall be learning about the mission Chandrayaan 3. So let us now have a look at the Chandrayaan missions. The Chandrayaan mission has been an ambitious project by ISRO. The country has already sent two robotic spacecraft to the surface of the moon. It started with Chandrayaan 1, where India demonstrated her capability to have a landing at the desired place on the surface of the moon. India became the fourth country after USA, China, and Russia to land on the surface of the moon. And the discovery of water on the surface of the moon proved to be an outstanding achievement of Chandrayaan 1, followed by Chandrayaan 2, which was not a very successful mission, but still it had an orbiter, a lander named Vikram, and a rover named Pragyan. And now is the ultimate 3,900 kg Chandrayaan 3, which is being sent to the moon. It is yet another focused attempt to land on the surface of the moon and study the surface of the moon with the help of a rover. It has been launched by the LVM-3 rocket. So now we'll be having a look at the propulsion system of the Chandrayaan 3. So initially, as you can see, we will be having an S200 ignition, which is a solid state ignition, where there will be a solid propellant. So from flight time 0 to flight time 108 seconds, that is approximately 2 minutes, the rocket will be fueled by the S200 ignition. After this, we see that slowly the S200 will get separated from the rocket and liquid propulsion will take over, which is also called the L110 ignition, where it is a liquid propellant. So we can see that at 108 seconds, the L110 ignition takes over, the liquid propellant ignition takes over, and at 127 seconds after the flight, S200 gets separated. After this, we can see that the PLF or the payload fairing is a nose cone which is actually meant to protect the satellite from dynamic pressure and aerodynamic heating during the launch process or due to friction with the atmosphere. So at 194 seconds, which is approximately after 3 minutes, you will see that the PLF or the payload fairing gets separated. After this, at around 305 seconds, that is almost 5 minutes after the launch of the satellite, we will see that the L110 or the liquid propellant ignition is taken over by the cryogenic ignition. And so the L110 separates out at around 305 seconds. And then the cryogenic unit ignition takes over, the C25 ignition, as you can have a look here. And again, at 954 seconds, the C25 unit or the cryogenic unit ignition is shut off. And at 969 seconds, the satellite separates out and is placed into the orbit of the Earth. And after being placed into the orbit of the Earth, you can have a look that slowly and surely, after entering into the injection orbit, slowly and surely, the satellite makes its orbit around the Earth and then makes a lunar transfer trajectory into the lunar orbit, where it gets inserted into the lunar orbit. So this is all that we need to know about the propulsion of the rocket and eventually the satellite into the lunar orbit.
Chandrayaan-3 lander has 4 scientific instruments or payloads, of which one will study the moon quakes, while the other one studies as to how the surface of the moon allows heat to flow through it. The third one will study the plasma environment near the moon's surface. And the fourth instrument will enable scientists to measure the distance between the Earth and Moon very accurately. The 2 instruments on the rover help us study the composition of the Moon's surface using X-rays and laser respectively. While the lander and rover will be in direct contact with each other. The propulsion module circling the Moon will observe the light coming from Earth, the only planet which we know which is definitely teeming with life. This observation will help in understanding the nature of distant planets circling stars other than the Sun.
As ISRO embarks on this ambitious journey of Chandrayaan-3, we wish the scientists all the best for a grand success in their mission and continue to make our country proud. Jai Hind.